Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper, and in this video today I'm going to answer a question that many subscribers have asked me over the past 2 years, and that is, what do I do when I'm faced with the situation where people say, I'm coming to your house when the stuff hits the fan? Believe me, that is something that I hear often. And now to some people, I've told them in the past, hey, you know what? Make sure and show up. And other people, I've just laughed it off very casually and walked on because they won't be coming to my house. Now, what I'm about to tell you is based off of my thoughts on Scripture and based off my opinion about what I'm going to do. I don't encourage violence. I don't encourage you to do things that are out of the way, but I will warn you ahead of time before I even get into this video that you are going to have to do things later down the road to protect yourself and your family, because one day we are going to be without rule of law. Okay, and that means by people forgetting about what the Scripture says and forgetting about what the laws of state says. Okay, now to begin with, I don't ever really use acronyms. Okay, but for this one thing I do, and it's very simple. It's a similar acronym to what the military uses, IED. Okay. And no, it's not an improvised explosive device. It is inform, educate, and deter. Alright? Now I'll start with inform. And all three of these acronym words go, letters go for both sides of the coin. Okay? For those that are coming to you and those that you don't want come to you. Okay? When it comes to inform, you want to inform the people that are coming to you. Hey, that's no problem, brother. Come on in, I've went to people and I have told them, don't prep nothing. Don't prep anything. Just make sure you are healthy and make sure you show up at my door one day. That's it. And you say, well, why would you tell that to people? Well, for one, because they're deep friends, very deep, close, dear friends, because they're very dear family, or they have done something to help me in my life. Like, for instance, some of them are medical professionals and have helped me many, many times when I was deeply sick or in bad shape. Okay, so that's why that I went to them and told them that. All right. Now, I've also, informed people that, they like, well, I'll just come to you when the stuff happens. I'm like, look, this is what you need to do. All right, and that'll go on that next step, educate here in a minute. But I've told people, I'm like, look, people are not going to be able to take care of everybody. I mean, I've said that for the past 2 years on my YouTube channel. Is that, look, everybody's going to have to be responsible for themselves. You can't save everybody, and hey, you're not liable to have to save everybody. We are individually responsible for ourselves and our loved ones. It's not my job to save the world, all right? Messiah came to do that job long ago, all right, and is about to finish it up too. Everybody in this planet, some of us are, not as wealthy as others. Some of us have many resources, some don't. But one thing is for sure, everybody is going to have to learn to take care of themselves very soon. If you haven't figured that out in the world that we live in right now, everybody has got to pick up their own way. All right. So I mean, you're just going to have to inform people right up front. If you want them to come, hey, by all means, solidify them bonds now. Don't, be kind of on the rocks like, well, I don't know. If you don't want them to come, inform them very quickly. I don't want you at my house. And that goes into the second step, which is educating people. Everybody that is in our MAG group, that's in the group together, and, I don't like to boss people around. I don't want to be bossed around. There's no big dog running the show kind of junk like that. I put up with enough of that junk at my job and other things. All right? I get sick of that kind of whole stance. What I like is a community that comes together, that works together. That's the only thing that'll ever work post-collapse, okay? Is those of us that are in a group together that plan to come, either, say it's my house, your house, whoever, all right? You need to start educating each other now. What am I doing? Is it power? Is it security? What is my thing that I'm going to be taking care of? And that way it's dealt with, okay? And, there's no later down the road trying to figure out and, learn all this stuff later. It needs to be solid now, okay? For those that you don't want coming to your house, you need to educate them now and be like, hey, look, here's where to go to find that problem out. All right, you don't have power for your home. Here, go learn this now. Or hey, you don't know how to grow your own food. Here, go learn this now. Or let me help you learn this. You know, that's tithing your time. But you know, don't be coming knocking on my door at the same time you're showing them this. Be like, look, don't be coming and knocking on my door because you know you have a $40,000 boat in your yard and a $200,000 home, and I live in a trailer and I drive a beat up truck. So, you know, don't be coming and looking to me like I'm going to take you in later because you've had way more resources and just as much time as I've had, so you can learn this just as well. And I'm not going to take care of you. All right? And that goes to the last step, is you want to deter people from that. You know, if people in your group are coming, you want to deter out of their mind the thought that you're not going to be there for them. If you said to them, you know, please come to my door when the time happens, because me and you need to prep together and we need to work together and we'll save each other's families and our own lives. Hey, you need to keep the thoughts out of their mind that they would ever doubt you, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, your word is your bond, and after you've lost that, nothing you ever say past that point matters. All right, that's why it's so important to me. You know, it takes me time to accomplish things at times. Like I tell people, I'm going to do something, and eventually I get it done. And it might not be today or tomorrow, it might be a long time down the road, but I finally get it accomplished. That's so important because I've built that relationship with people that they know they can count on me. All right? So for those that are coming to your door and you plan on them coming, don't ever give them a reason, you know, to want to go astray and not prep with you, okay? But for those that you don't want coming, now this is going to be the nastiest part of this video, and I'm just going to be straight up with you. This is what I plan to do. This is what I encourage you to do. There's people that I know will come with not the best intentions at heart. And it's very important that you let them people know up front that, you know, just like right now, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not a violent person. I don't want to be working any violence or be a criminal. But make no mistake about it. Those that seek to do you harm, and they come to your doorstep looking to do it, and believe me, there will be people that plan to do that, especially if they know you're a prepper. Especially if they know that you're trying to help yourself or help others. They will come in that line. Now I'm going to tell you how I'm going to deal with this. For those that I have tried to inform and educate and help along the line, and they've done nothing about it, when they show up to my door, when I've already told them not to show up to my door, and they come to take and steal or kill what and take what they want, I'm going to deal with them in my way of dealing with them, and it's going to be violent. Alright, those that come to my doorstep to seek to do harm to me and my family, I'm going to do unto them as they've sought to do unto me. And that's totally justified by Torah. Don't even sweat that. You know, it plainly says that in the Torah that, you know, just for example, if people are brought before a judge and it was false and they intended to do to you evil and it was wrong, then it's to be done unto them as they plan to do unto you. Give you another example. I've cited this one in the past. Is if a thief is caught breaking into your home and they were killed. Alright, Scripture says there's no blood to be shed for them. So don't sweat it. Alright, they come in your door and kick your door in to murder you and you busted the cap in them. Hey, you're golden. Alright, so don't sweat that. Now, that might not go over with the man's laws, but once again, man's laws are always, in my mind, to be kept as long as they don't deviate from Master Yahweh's laws. Whenever Master Yahweh's laws are put aside to keep the man's laws, I don't care about man's laws at that point. Okay, so don't ever get that. For those of us that serve the Master Yahweh, it doesn't matter. Once there's this point, there's this fine gray line that when man's laws say to do this, don't sweat it anymore if it's contrary to what the Scripture tells us to do. Alright? Now, for those that do show up to do you harm, now, do not think that it ain't going to happen. It happens in good times, people. People do evil to people in good times. Don't think that this will not go down without rule of law or with whenever the seven trumpets revelation happens and all these other things. Alright? It will happen. Plan for it. Alright? Now, for those that keep the commandments, that have tried to pray, I know a lot of people's asked me, what do you do in that situation? Because now, you know, you did tell them they're going to have to take care of themselves. And they did try. And you knew they tried. At that point, I think the best thing to do is give them a meal, you know, and try to help them a little bit and send them on about their way and tell them, you know, I hate it for you, you know, but we've got to take care of ourselves. And, you know, you did help them, all right? You did make an effort to try to help them. You done like Abraham done to those strangers that came by his tent. You set them down, you gave them a meal, and you sent them about their way, all right? But he was attending the Most High, or his son one, unaware in that particular scripture I was talking about there. But for those that, you know, have never made an effort to prep and aren't going to prep, and they come to your door looking for a handout, no, I would send them away in a heartbeat. All right, and don't feel bad about it, because they have sinned against themselves first. All right, because they have made no effort to save their own life. And I mean, the scripture warns us to make preparation for what is to come. Tribulation is coming. All right, so there you go. You know, I don't encourage violence. I don't. But ladies and gentlemen, that will come to be. You will, if you can go through the rest of this world, what it's going to go down in this world here very soon, and you don't see violence, good for you, because I don't see any way around it. And I don't want to have, you know, the situation arise. But that's why you inform people and you educate people right now, and you deter them from coming to your door, because the thought that one day they come to your door to take, after you done told them, don't come to my door, and no, I'm not going to help you, because you have the same ability to help yourself, and you come to my door to take it. And they know that violence may ensue. It may at least deter some of them from coming to your doorstep. But like I said, I would not bank on that. So that's why that it's important to get your security preps in place too, okay? And that's why it's so important to network with other people, because it's just this one-man army thing ain't going to fly. So I hope that answers the question to people that, you know, have asked me that. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I see somebody coming down the street that I've never known in my entire life, a stranger, okay? And they just ask for a meal passing by, all right? And especially if I know they're a person that's kept the commandments. You know, obviously, marker of that's, you know, somebody walking around with zit strapped to their pants, and they're, you know, obvious. You can just tell by the way some people act if they serve the Most High or not. Obviously, I'm not going to leave somebody like that without, you know, just standing there and die without a meal in their hand. You've got to use your own personal judgment about this. But the thing about it is the more people around you that know you, that you teach and preach to get ready now, the better off you'll be later. Because if not, you're going to have a whole dark cloud descending upon your home and you that is not going to rain well. Okay? So, until we see you again here at Seven Trumpets Prepper Channel, inform people, educate them, and deter them from doing the things of evil that you know will be in their heart later. And I hope you have a most blessed day in Yahushua's name.